What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam and welcome back to another Hot Toys 1/6 scale DC figure unboxing. And if you saw the title and thumbnail, you know that we are unboxing the Joker, Jack Nicholson's Joker from 1989's Batman. And this is the DXO8 Joker in his more top hat traditional Joker look, not his black and white suited look. He actually has a second figure that I might get in the future, but DXO8 has the Joker written on the side. You can see a little bit of Jack Nicholson's Joker on the front, just with his top hat and just kind of the makeup. Another image of him down the side, the Batman logo above the Joker written there on the front. DC Comics, DX, Hot Toys. Comment below. The DX in DXO8 just means like deluxe, right? I'm not totally confused by that, but like the DX I think is like more closer towards like their artisan figures that they would do today, right? Like I'm almost positive, correct me if I'm wrong. Just legal information around the back of the box, just popping this open, not wasting any time. My box is actually a little bit destroyed. It's supposed to be taped right there, but not the biggest deal. It says the Joker on the front, and it says, calling himself the Joker, Jack Napier is not dead, but horribly disfigured with bleach white skin, emerald green hair, and a permanent ruby red grin. In addition to being a mad, immutable physical combatant, he is a brilliant and brutal criminal mastermind. He succeeds Grissom's empire and commits in a violent, chaotic crime spree in Gotham City. With his unpredictable and incalculable methods, he could easily evade capture, while Batman prefers to stay in the shadows. The Joker, on the contrary, basks in the spotlight, often broadcasting himself to the public. Batman is his only worthy opponent, and they are truly destined to fight forever. Which is like a mix of the character in the comics, you know, and like this Joker from 1989's Batman, he is a psychopath and he is very, very crazy, but he's not necessarily the Joker I think of whenever I'm thinking about Batman in the comics. You know what I mean? Like whenever I think about like the comics, I don't even see the comics. I hear Kevin Conroy's animated Batman and Mark Hamill's Jokers, who like I picture when I like see them in the comics. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't like picture comic books, which is funny. Like, and when I picture Batman, like I pictured that Kevin Conroy Batman, or even like the animated Justice League Batman, which I think is still Kevin Conroy. And like those were my earliest experiences with these characters. And like the animated Batman series was like the first time I experienced the Joker and his, you know, rogues gallery of characters. But it says, tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? And it's got like this little like circular Joker thing, which I think he uses to like, you know, brainwash people in the movie. But oh, such a sick looking character. His bow tie, his purple jacket, oh, it looks so sick. Just pull out this foam tray. It comes with another jacket, comes with a bullhorn, a bunch of accessories, Joker money, a giant gun, a cane, a big old the Joker display base. Oh, I can't wait to try more of these accessories out on this figure. But just pulling him out of the box for the first time, oh God, he just arises out of there so beautifully. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm missing the back of his head. Oh, you guys probably saw that before me. But that's how you move his eyes, and then the back of this goes on like so. Very nice. And it looks like the hat can fit on the head sculpt and won't just have to be in his hand. But the actual outfit itself, the cape doesn't feel bad. It does look exactly the same as the DX11 Joker's coat, but the material on the DX11 feels incredible and so soft. But this figure looks great, and I'll get a up close and personal look at this figure for you and all of his accessories when we lay them out on the table in just a moment. And we'll look at everything that the DXO8 Joker comes with. Alright everybody, we have the DXO8 from 1989's Batman. We got Jack Nicholson's The Joker, Jack Napier, and all his accessories laid out on the table in front of us. He comes with some interesting stuff that you probably wouldn't expect a Joker figure to come with, but his Joker figure was extra crazy, and his little revolver comes with a bang, but I believe you can also remove that, so you just have like a revolver. Does that permanently go back. Oh no, this moves, so that's a nice little touch. I don't think the barrel moves. I've always wanted a miniature one of these to have the barrel pop out and be able to spin and then pop it back in. Unnecessary, but it would be a cool touch. And then this bang thing, trying to put this back in on camera, just slides back in like that. Bang. A little bit frayed, material, but not the biggest deal. And a very cool accessory. He comes with a orange bullhorn, which I don't remember him using too much, but if he's got to get his message across, he's got to scream at some people through this thing. You can see he comes with some $100 bills. I believe those are just regular $100 bills, like Benjamin Franklin $100 bills. Same thing here. I think he just comes with 2 stacks of cash. So if you want to just throw cash everywhere, I think at one point in the film, he rains cash down on the citizens of Gotham while listening to Prince tunes. I could be wrong, but I think that's what actually happens in the film, and that's awesome. Of course, every Joker has to have a Joker card. I just like that Jack Nicholson's Joker card is slightly different than the other ones and, kind of got its own design, and it's cool. It says the Joker on it. It's got, some yellow and maybe reddish, orangish, tassels on this like old school Joker clown hat, if you guys know what I mean. Not going to take these cards out of the packet, just like the other Joker cards in my collection, just because I wouldn't be able to pick them all individually back up with my big old fingers, but yeah, not a bad little accessory. He comes with a cane with a little bit of gold trim at the handle and a little bit underneath the handle with that gold ring right there. And then he comes with this revolver that just keeps going and going and going. And this is one of my favorite details from this Joker in this movie, is that he pulls this gun out and you're like, oh, when's it gonna stop? Oh, it keeps going. Oh, it's still going. Oh, wow, that thing's a musket. How's he going to shoot this? And I believe he uses this big old gun to shoot down the Batwing in the film. One of the funniest, craziest accessories in that film, but also one of my favorites, this big old gun right here. Now, he comes with a couple of remotes. This one looks like it's timed more to like a radio. This one maybe is like that like spinning, make you crazy device spinning thing or something like that. I don't know what these are two. Comment below if you know, particularly in the film, what these 2 little devices are used to like signal. I know this accessory is the gas mask that he sends to Vicky Vale in the museum, I believe, when he comes to like on a first date with her and he gasses out the place so everyone else is knocked out. He sends this to her. So this is like a little gas mask, but not normal colors, the Joker colors. So it's a Joker gas mask. Very cool. And then some fun little clacking dentures and it doesn't do it by itself, but you can, it is spring loaded, so you can do that. But yeah, just weird accessory, but it does feel like something crazy the Joker would have in his pocket just to throw out at somebody. And all of a sudden this is like chomping on their foot and then it blows up or something. Weird. But I don't know, I like little weird accessories like this, especially when it comes to weird characters like the Joker. And then our Joker comes with 3 extra sets of hands, plus the set of hands that comes on him. So 4 sets of hands, but 2 of them are right hands. You have, a right and a left of like a splayed out, maybe like a grabbing of the gun hands, or maybe like a holding something hands. And then you have the 2 relaxed gloved hands just on him as he comes like out of the box. And then you have these 2 other hands. One of them's like a, maybe a finger on the gun hand, or maybe just kind of like a pointing hand. And then this is like maybe like a holding of a knife or something of the other hand. Maybe he's holding his Joker playing card or his cane or something. But I feel like you should be able to move this thumb pretty easily, stretch that out of the way, and sticks whatever accessory you need to in there. And I believe with one of these hands, you can put the bullhorn, so you can use these accessories, and I will definitely show off more of these accessories in that section of the video, in the posing section. But yeah, just a couple of splayed out hands, nothing too crazy. Just a couple of normal grabbing hands maybe, or like just like a holding hand, or maybe even just like a relaxed down by his side hand. But I think this one is supposed to be for maybe the bullhorn or the cane, or one of the, grabbing accessories he comes with. He also comes with this nice little plastic piece or cardboard piece to put the overcoat on. And, like he just comes with it tucked behind his back, like the 2 sleeves. But, you know, it has a couple of pockets. It has a little handkerchief that you're not supposed to take out, and it does have a little spot right there to be able to hook the flower on, that you can hook on that jacket. You can also hook on this jacket. I will probably try that out, but I don't know if it's necessary, because I feel like this is a trench coat on a trench coat, because he's already kind of got a trench coat, but only on like the back side, where this would make it look like he's got a jacket on from front, back, left, right, you know what I mean, like a full trench coat over his jacket. But I don't know if this is fully necessary, but I might try it out in one of the poses. But let's take a closer look at that figure. The base is, you know, this is a third-party figure. I didn't buy this brand new. It is a quite old figure, the DXO8. I got this Joker, and it says MMS DX on the plaque up front there. It still has the plastic on it, but it does have a little chip out of the paint on the base there. I'm not sure what that's from. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't really care. Maybe I'll just put his foot over it or something to block that out. But yeah, not a bad little The Batman logo display base. It does have some lights in it. But taking a closer look at the figure himself, the Joker head sculpt looks great. He comes with that nice nifty hat that fits on the figure quite well. You can pop that off and you can just see like the hair. And you can see that seam that does pop off on the back to show you like the movable eyes, and they do move together just like the DX11 Joker. You can see that flower on the front of his jacket there just hooks into his pocket, his crazy looking puff tie, his jacket. The material doesn't feel, you know, crazy, but it does look the part fine and doesn't look like it's, you know, aged poorly too bad over the years. His creepy Joker pants, you know, like just terrible colored pants, but he'll rep them anyways. Does he have a sock on? Yeah, I think he does have a sock on. He's got like these high purple boots. Not bad. Not bad, but that actual head sculpt itself. Yeah, that Jack Nicholson head sculpt, I mean, just how painted it was, the drawn on eyebrows, the slight prosthetic effects on his face. And honestly, one of the coolest parts about this Joker is that, it was prosthetics on Jack Nicholson's face, but there's a part in the film where you see like the skin color of Jack Nicholson and he's got the prosthetics on still. And then he wipes off the skin color for the Joker makeup underneath to be the real color. And it's like, we know as an audience that this white paint is not Jack Nicholson's real skin, but that effect in the movie worked so well. And like, just, he's not the most intimidating Joker, but he is one of the crazier Jokers. And, you know, that hair swooping back like that perfectly underneath the hat, it does look great with the hat on or the hat off, honestly. But I'm probably gonna rep him with hat on, and that Joker smile is so creepy. But it's just like, it's not over the top, it's just like creepy enough, and it's got like this little pinstripe of a red smile, you know what I mean, where like the Joker's is this big sloppy smeared smile on his face through the scars on either corner of his mouth. Like, this guy fell into a pot of acid, you know what I mean? Like, and now he's white-skinned and crazy, and yeah, absolute killer. I think this Joker's sick. I love the movie. I love the character. Jack Nicholson's one of my favorite actors of all time. And, you know, it's a shame he's so old, he's not still working, and he's completely out of shape now, and he just doesn't give a shit about nothing. But, you know, if he was to come back to acting, I would love that. But even just anybody out there with Jack Nicholson movie recommendations for some movies I might not have seen, please drop those down in the comment section below. I need me some good Jack Nicholson movies for my upcoming movies in the future that I will be doing movie reviews for on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's toss this guy into some different poses and see what Jack Napier, aka Jack Nicholson's Joker from 1989's Batman, is capable of. Alright everybody, we have the DXO8 Joker on the turntable spinning around for us in just a normal standing pose, just as he comes fresh out the box. And then I have him holding his cane in one hand and tipping his hat like he's just meeting Vicky Vale for the first time. And then I have him with his gas mask and a remote in the other hand, triggering something like he's asking Vicky Vale out on a date. And then I have him with the bang gun in his other hand, like he's going to use it on himself because Vicky Vale turned him down. And then he has the other remote device in his other hand. And then he has his hat in his overcoat on and the bullhorn in one hand, like he's talking to the people of Gotham, and money getting thrown out from his other hand, and also money down by his feet in the Joker card on the display base. And then the final pose here, I have him with his coat on, his hat on, and he's pulling his big, huge revolver out of his pants like he's about to shoot down the Batwing. And this is really my final pose and how I'm going to leave him in my collection, mainly because this is my most iconic scene I can think of when I think of this Joker. At least to me, you know, like that's just one of my favorite parts from that movie. I mean, line-wise, tell me, my friend, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? You know, like, there's plenty of lines that Jack Nicholson delivers in that movie that are just unbelievable. But even Michael Keaton, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, you know? Like, he's such an iconic Batman, too, and such a classic movie. I love going back and watching the 89 Batman and even Batman Returns. And, you know, it's a shame we only got one movie for Jack Nicholson's Joker, and he still crushed it so much. And off screen as well, because I think that was one of his highest grossing movies of all time, where he made something crazy like $50 million off of that film. Like, oh, nuts. That might be not a correct number, but I know for sure Jack Nicholson made like a crazy deal in his contract for this movie, so he made a ton of money. But I'd love to hear down in the comment section below, who is your favorite Joker? Is it the 89 Joker? Is it David Ayer's Suicide Squad Joker with Jared Leto? Is it Heath Ledger's Joker from Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy? Or really just the Dark Knight movie? Is it Adam West's Joker, the original from way back in the day from that Batman TV show? Is it Cameron Monaghan's Joker from Gotham? I mean, there's been a bunch of them. There's been a bunch of video game Jokers. You know, I'd love to hear down in the comment section below, who is your favorite Joker performance? And then, you know, maybe separate from that, who's your favorite Joker's look? Because the Jack Nicholson Joker and the Heath Ledger's Joker are very, very different. Their looks are fairly similar with the purple coat and stuff like that, and the white face paint and the red lip makeup, but yet they look so different. So why don't we do a little bit of a figure comparison with the DXO8 and the DX11 Hot Toys Joker? Oh yeah, these guys look really, really good next to each other. I think these are my two Jokers. I think Heath Ledger's Joker will always be maybe not even separate from the superhero-ness of it, like maybe my favorite villain on screen in any movie ever. Like Heath Ledger's Joker just was pivotal to me growing up, and still seeing him to this day. Like, I don't see Heath Ledger's Joker, I just see the Joker, you know what I mean? In Jack Nicholson's Joker, sure, I see the Joker, but I also see Jack Napier, and I see Jack Nicholson more than anything. I don't know, Heath Ledger's got so lost in that character, and his makeup is so scary, and that character was just so good in that film that it really changed my life, and now I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today if it wasn't for Heath Ledger's Joker, you know what I mean? So having his figure being added to the collection this weekend, as well as Jack Nicholson's Joker, I couldn't be more excited to add the DX08 and the DX11. I got both of these figures from my local comic book shop. They had them for sale, and I was like, I can't not pass these ones up. One of them had box damage, the DX08 here, but the box didn't look so bad that I couldn't make a video with the figure, and the figure looked great, and it still had all of its accessories, and there was no problems with that. So I was like, yeah, no, I have to get this figure. You know, there's very few times I walk into that place and I'm like, I have to make a purchase, you know? Like, most of the time it's like, there's nothing really that great. Okay, I'll pass for this weekend. Maybe I'll just get a comic or something. And then there's weekends where I walk in and see stuff like this, and I'm like, yep, that's going home with me. But yeah, you can see how like the purple trench coat jacket on the Joker and on the DX08 Joker, they both have the same type of vibe, although the materials are very, very different. Like the shag carpet material almost, or like, you know, the Alcantara suede material for the DX11 Joker versus the material used for the DX08. I think I like the way the DX08 looks better, but I actually kind of like the color of the DX11 Jokers much better. But the DXO8 Joker comes with more fun accessories. Doesn't necessarily come with more accessories because the DX11 comes with a bunch of bonus accessories and like background display bases. And like you guys can see in the very, very background behind Jack Napier there, that there's like this backdrop diorama that comes with the DX11. And if you guys didn't see that video, that probably comes out tomorrow. This DXO8 will come out on Saturday, and Sunday's unboxing video will be the DX11 Joker, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait to fully get that figure posed and see what that figure is capable of. But as far as my Joker collection, I only have one other Heath Ledger's Joker, and that is the bank robbing Joker, the 2.0. So I'm not going to pull him out because he's in the back of that collection over there. And I'm not going to rearrange that shelf today just to do a figure comparison. And the figure's not that great. Maybe I'll pull out that figure when the bank robbing Joker 3.0 figure comes in, and maybe I'll do a comparison then for all of the Jokers I have in my collection. But there's, you know, a couple other ones in the mail on its way, so I can't wait to add more Jokers to this collection and see what they're gonna look like in the future. But if you guys made it this far into the video, I highly appreciate you guys stopping on by. And I normally at this point in the video would toss the figure on the shelf, but I'm not quite sure what this figure is going to go yet. I think he is just going to end up right next to this figure anyways, the Heath Ledger's Joker. So why do that part of the video if I'm just going to look exactly like this anyways, just on a shelf? So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, and I really, really appreciate you guys staying this far into the video. And if you guys want to talk more Hot Toys or figure unboxings and Joker and movies and other things, please comment below, or you can message me on my other social medias. Links for those down in the description below. Bigg Cam, 2Gs in the Big, pretty much anywhere, and you can find me. Just look for my face and Hot Toys and YouTube videos, and you should be in the right place. If you want to find any of my other figure unboxings, just search Bigg Cam Hot Toys in the name of the figure, or just Bigg Cam in the name of the figure. Once again, stay tuned for tomorrow's DX11 unboxing of that Heath Ledger's Joker. That should be a really fun video. I can't wait for that to come out and see what you guys think of it. Once again, if you've made it this far in the video, I highly appreciate you. And if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is liking this video, commenting in the comment section below, subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss next weekend's figure unboxings. Every weekend, there should be one Saturday and Sunday, every weekend, as long as I can continue that. As far as the last probably 6 months to a year, I've been doing it. So I'm going to try and continue that streak. And I thank you guys so much for making it this far into the video. You guys are the best. I appreciate all the love and comments I've been getting. And the support goes so much further than any of you guys could ever imagine. I really do appreciate it. And it means the world to me that there's strangers out there in the world that I have no idea who you are, and you guys are supporting and thinking the stuff that I'm doing is cool. So I'm going to continue doing it for y'all and continue on making content, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace!